Hi everybody, this video is a tribute to all the mothers out there. I have handpicked some tiny little adorable flowers from my backyard to encapsulate in this design. And as usual, I have buffed the surface shine off of all of these nails, and I'm going to be starting with the Modelones base coat. Base coats are very important. They help hold your whatever you put on top of them, on top of it, helps hold that on there so it doesn't peel or flake off, and it really helps things stick to it. So it's, like I said, very important to use before you apply any kind of nail products. And I'm going to continue on with all of these off camera and continue to the beginning steps of this design. This is a Model 1's 0108, I believe, and it is really pretty. It's kind of a peachish pink, I would say, and it's got a little bit of shimmer in it. Not a lot. If you don't want a lot of sparkle, this is perfect. And it's just a very, very pretty color. And Model 1s, I'm a fan. It goes on so smoothly, and the pigments are so nice, and I really do like their products. This is the green I will be using. It's also from Model 1s, and it's a beautiful like mint green. I will have a link in the description box for this product as well. It's 24 bottles of polish, and they're all 10 mil, and it's an awesome deal. So make sure you click the link and check it out. So I'm just making the shape that you see here, bringing it down to a point, and then I'm just going to fill the rest of this in. And I'm putting 2 coats of all of the gels that I do. Once I'm happy with my lines, I'm going to continue to fill this in with the polish bottle brush rather than this liner brush. It's just faster. I have enough room that I don't have to worry about making a big mistake. This one here, I'm going to just fade the color down a little bit, so I put a little bit of it on my palette, and I'm going to take one of my gel brushes, and I'm not going for a fancy fade or ombre or anything. It's going to be covered with the little flowers, so I just wanted it to have just a little slight fade into the clear, just a little bit of a background. So I'm really not trying to do anything but just keeping it smooth and just getting a little fade in there. So I'm just adding a little bit more, and I will be uh, continuing with the fade just to have it, the color above that fade to be a little more solid. I'm going to give that a cure. I always, I seem to always start with a dot in the center or at some kind of a focal point of the design that I'm doing, and it's such a helper when it comes to making sure that I get things exactly, symmetrical or straight or starting point, ending point kind of thing. It's a helpful way to do things. I'm just going to make this round, and I'm going to fill in all of this bottom part, the free edge here. It's such a small area. I just decided to use my liner brush to keep finish filling it in. You see that I already have that teal, or I keep wanting to call it teal. It's actually not really teal. It's more mint. That mint green. And I'm just going to outline that in the same shape with the pink color. And then below that, so I'm not going to go down very far. I'm going to stay where I am and just bring it up to the sides. And then I'm going to put the flowers underneath this part, just under the pink all the way throughout the free edge of the nail. So getting everything all ready, I'm doing all my lines first. I'm making sure that that part's all done. Everything but the sugaring is before I do the flowers. I just want to make sure where my spaces are, how much room I have to work with. That's the only plan I had in this video for those flowers. Other than that, I didn't know where, how I was going to place them. It wasn't, I was just going to surprise myself. I'm just adding some detail. I'm trying to do both colors on the three middle nails. And I'm just going to do a strip here. This detailing that I'm doing is where I plan on doing the sugaring. So it's just going to be an accent. I didn't really want to take over that pink too much with the green on this one. Now on the top here, I'm going to put just a line surrounding the nail, but I'm going to bring it to a point on the side to meet up with that green. That little blob there, I think I sneezed or coughed. I don't know what I did, but anyway, it was kind of a glitch of my hand, and I'm going to leave it there for now. I might take up all that space so it won't even show. I'll get this cleaned up and pop it in the lamp, and I'll be right back. There are the cute little flowers. They're so, I picked them, and I barely saw them. They were so tiny, and I found them at the edge of my backyard by the fence. And there was just a little patch of all of these kind of growing in one area. It was really cute. The little tiny white ones I thought were just perfect. And so I will be letting you guys know how I dried these. I did it in a very, very short time. I think I got them a little bit too crispy because they're so fragile. Maybe I could have left a little bit of moisture in them, but I didn't want to take the chance that the um, product was gonna make them brown. I just wanted to make sure they were completely dry. So I put the base coat on this every nail before I applied the flowers. I did this with um, every nail that I put the flowers on, and I just coated the whole nail with it. I wasn't gonna, avoid that green line or any of the detail work. I just covered the whole nail, and I didn't cure it because I thought it would help, which it did, help in the flowers sticking to it, of course, but I was also able to move them around. If I had cured it and used the sticky inhibition layer to put these flowers on, I probably wouldn't have been able to move them. And as you can see, I'm struggling on where I'm going to put them and which ones I want. And I figured it out, but yeah. So there they are all done. And now I'm taking the base coat again, and I'm very liberally applying it, but I'm also floating it. And I didn't want to use a poly gel. I didn't want to use a builder gel. I wanted something that was going to have a light impact on them, um, so that the parts that were sticking out wouldn't come off. And I did end up losing a couple of pieces, even with the light touch that I was using. So I stuck with this, and there's going to be a few layers, but it spared my flowers, even though they are um, cured with the first coat of base gel. There was still little pieces that I didn't want to lose. I think this nail is my favorite. I keep using this one to show more stuff. So I'm lightly, it looks aggressive because I sped this up, but I'm very lightly using a 180 grit to smooth that out and get the raised up pieces gone. And then I am using the Model 1's top coat, and so after I used the 180, I also buffed, just to let you know, so there wouldn't be any lines from the filing in there. So there it is, all coated and encapsulated and ready for me to put this top coat over the colored areas, and that's where I'm going to add when I'm going to add the sugar glitter. So while I was doing this, I didn't even realize that the green part there, I was gonna do the same thing all at once and sugar them both at the same time, and I totally forgot to even do that one. I pulled it out and realized that I didn't even put um, any of the clear gel on it either, so any of the top coat. But my forgetfulness, that's just the way it is. People who know me have to get used to it. I'm just being really careful not to get any of this on the little window, the flower window. That's what it reminds me of, a little window, um, like those, oh, you've seen them. I can't think of it, like a pendant, I guess. Um, and there's little flowers encapsulated in it. It's just, I think it's really cool. Okay, glitter time. I love this part. Also, this means I'm almost done. I'm going to sugar the detail work that I did in all of the nails. Except for the, well, no, I'm going to sugar the thumb and the pinky also, but they're just going to be solid. No detail work in those. Just making sure I got all the shiny parts. See, I'm looking at it and I'm not even noticing that I didn't do the green. I don't know where my head was. I planned on that from the start, so just one of those things. I'm going to cure that. There they are, all done. I love them. It was so much fun doing that. And again, if you want to know how I dried these flowers, I'll leave, there's no link or anything. I just will explain to you. It's very easy. So if you just want to read it down there, then go ahead. It actually works. It's really cool. So I didn't add a lot of bulk to them to do this. I think if I would have used a poly gel or um, a builder gel, might have added a little more bulk than this, of course. But yeah, I just thought this was the way I did it was the best way to go for this one. And those flowers were very flat, so I didn't really have a lot to worry about. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed this. Happy Mother's Day.